friends, welcome in DNN Daily News. So today I am going to start a new topic related to studies of class 8 social science. So we will start with the social science history from trade to territory chapter. Okay. Now see, first, what is the meaning of from trade to territory? It means that how a company comes to India, has a trading company and with an aim to expand its trade, but gradually interested in to become Nawabs and started conquering all over the territories of India. So this means how a company came as a trading company and start conquering to the territory of India, which means the company establishes power. Now, first if we'll pause the video and read these two paragraphs, then I will explain you what's the meaning of this. Okay, Aurangzeb was the last of the powerful Mughal ruler, which means that Aurangzeb was the last powerful Mughal ruler. He is a powerful, but after his death in 1707, you can see after his death in 1707, many Mughal governors, Subedars, we have already learned about the Subedars in the last class, and Zamindars began maintaining their authority in establishing their regional kingdoms. Okay. As powerful regional kingdoms emerged in various parts of India, Delhi could no longer function as an effective center. In the earlier classes, we already read that when the Mughal rulers used to rule, Delhi was an effective center. What? Delhi was an effective center. But when the Mughal Subedars and various zamindars start ascending the authority and establishing regional kingdoms as powerful regional kingdoms, Delhi was not longer a function as effective center. But the second half of the century, the second half of the 18th century, a new power arrived, that is the British. Then isn't a question comes to your mind that then where is the powerful kings and rulers at that time when the British was started conquering all over the territories of India? So in this chapter we will read about this only. So now let's come to the next paragraph. So now the second paragraph is the East Indian Company comes east. Before I will explain the paragraph, I request you all to please pause the app and once read the paragraph, then I will explain you. Okay, now let me explain you. So in 1600, this is important. Okay, in 1600, the East India Company acquired a charter. Okay, the East India Company acquired a charter, which actually a charter means, what does charter means? Charter means a royal order or a royal edict gained by the government or by taken by the government. So here East India Company have taken the charter, royal charter, from the ruler of the England, Queen Elizabeth, because the officials and the people of East India Company belongs to England, and that's time the ruler was the Queen Elizabeth, so they grant the charter from her only. What happens? What actually between the chapters I keep telling you the different meaning of the different words. Like here I have tell you about the charter, okay, and the key words which you can use in your answers while writing the exam. Okay, so now let's come to next. This means that no other trading group in England could compete with the East India Company, which means. So how does the charter was profitable to the East India Company? It is profitable to the East India Company in such a way that now they have no fear of any more English companies, because they have a charter with them, which means that no a trading group in England could compete with the East India Company. So with this charter, the company keep venturing across the sea routes because they want a new place to start a new business and want to do a mercantile business. Here you can see the word meaning is given, a mercantile business. I will give you the easy meaning for this, which means that a business related to buying and selling of goods. So this is meaning of mercantile business. Now come to this paragraph. The Royal Charter, however, could not prevent other European powers from entering the Eastern markets. Why? Because only the English trading group in England are prevented to compete with the East India Company, not the other trading companies. That has a result that when East India Company comes in India or enters the India, it saw that uh, they saw that Portuguese sailor had already expanded their trade. Okay, Portuguese explorer had already expanded their trade, and they had already a base the India, Goa. Then East India, is there a question comes into mind that the how the how the East India Company can't come earlier can't come earlier to the Portuguese explorer, because there is a man. Okay, there is a man named Vasco da Gama. You can see here Vasco da Gama, who was a Portuguese explorer, and he had discovered a sea route to India in 1498, which helps its explorer which helps it traders of its country to easily reach India. And at the same time, Dutch and French traders are also arrived on the scene. Now let's come to the next paragraph. Next paragraph explains that, yeah, you can pause the video and first of all read the paragraph, then I will explain you. So now let me tell you what is the meaning of the next paragraph. The problem was that all the companies were interested in buying the same thing. The question comes, why? It's because India is famous for its fine qualities of cotton, silk, and other spices, and you can see it had a big market in Europe also. Nowadays, still also, you can see that Kerala is famous for its spices. There are many things in India which is already famous nowadays also. So the competition among the trading companies pushed up the prices at which the goods could be purchased. But what the aim of the trading companies? They want to buy the goods at cheap price and sell the dear. But the competition push up the prices of the good, and they are having the loss rather than profit. The only way the trading company thinks that could flourish was by eliminating rival competitors. They thought that if we eliminate a rival competitor, then there will be no competition and there will be no pushing up the prices, and we will have the profit. So what they do, they started a fussy battle. Okay, and they start a fussy battle in which trading companies used to sink each other's ships, blockaded routes, and prevent ships moving with the supplies of trade to the trading area. So with this, we have completed this page. Now come to the next one. And yeah, you can see that map before. You can see that how actually East India Company belongs to this area, British Island. Okay, British Island, they belong to Britain. From there, you can see that how they came with the ship named Cape of Good Hope, crossing the west coast of Africa, and finally reach to India. Now here you can see there is a Canton, means they have expanded their trade in Canton also. So the three main places in India at the time of colonial rule of British East India Company is Bombay, Madras, and Calcutta. You will read these three about in next chapters. Actually, these were the presidencies which you will read in the next chapter. So with this we have completed the first page. Now the second page is East India Company begins trading Bengal. Before that, you can see the small paragraph was given. It's related to the previous one. What happens with this intense conflict and increasing in the conflicts and tension? The traders started. Okay, the traders started. The traders started trading with the armed forces and protected through fortification. But this decision led to the conflict between traders and local rulers. Why? Because local rulers thinks that why they were not taking permission from them, because they think that they were the ruler of that particular area and they can't fortify a settlement or establish a fortification without their permission on their land. So this is an intense. There's a increase of the intense conflict between now traders and local rulers. Now the next topic is East India Company began trade in Bengal. So this we will read in the next video. Please Don't please subscribe, like, share, and comment to support me, and don't forget to press the bell icon. uh, here if you get confused, okay, so you should always, I think, updated with my new videos, with the with the new topics and chapters. So that's all for today. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, support. Thank you so much.